Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Arcanum of Steamworks and Magick Obscura, blind. Now, last time I braved the ruins of Vendigroth and recovered the Vendigroth device, which supposedly can be used to kill Arronax. So now I'm going to return to Tulda to see if the head mage there will have anything to say about me finding the Vendigroth device. And if, well, actually regardless of his answer, afterwards I'm going to travel to the Ring of Brodgar to meet with Nasrudin and discuss my next steps. But actually I think first I will go to Tarant to do some crafting and some inventory management, because I have a lot of stuff in my inventory and not a lot of space. Wanderer? Okay, so nothing new from this guy. What about you?
May the gods bless your journeys. May the gods bless your journeys.
Okay, so wait. Am I truly done? Retrieve the Vendigroth device and meet Nasrudin in the Ring of Brodgar. Yes, so I did retrieve the Vendigroth device. Well, I guess I will just check if the portals work for me. They might not, because I have a rather high technological aptitude, but you see what appears to be a view of Tarant, so let's try it. Okay, I guess it worked out decently enough. Oh, I didn't even want to click that, but you're the man from the newspaper. You survived the crash. Yes, I am. It's a great pleasure to meet you, sir. Here is a few coin to help you on your way. Is there anything else I can do for you? Anything important I should know about? If I come across a bit of news, I will be sure to let you know. Okay. Anything else? Nope. Castaway rescued from the island. I read that already. General store. What kind of store do I even need? I guess this might be kind of helpful, because I can sell some of the Menura coins and the like, if he will buy them. No. Okay, I'm tempted to actually sell the bow. Because it takes a lot of space in my inventory. But I want to go to Tarant and buy some manuals to be able to make the Vendigroth gauntlets. Hey, what? It's a dirt-loving dwarvish toad, thinking he can just waltz right through our section of the town without paying the piper. Cough up 25 coins, you bearded dog. And what if I don't? He steps closer, and you will taste the edge of my blade. I'd prefer to watch your life bleed from your ugly corpse. What is she fighting with, and why? Oh, really? She's fighting with an oak handle instead of a magical dagger. Well, whatever. To be honest, I'm kind of done with her bullshit at this point. She keeps throwing her own armor to the ground. Okay, this guy, I believe, sells technical manuals. So, and I have a whole bunch of gold at this point. So first, I'm interested in crafting the Vendigroth gauntlets and the pyrotechnic axe. So, hopefully no one will steal those, I say as they steal them. Okay, so I have to plan it a bit differently then. I need to throw them like in the rubbish or something, like in an actual container around here somewhere. Unless any of my followers have enough space in their inventory to keep them. At least for a moment, you know. Okay, interesting that she equipped that. It's not even identified, but sure, at least it gives me a little more free inventory. I'll give her the Vendigroth device for now as well. Because I need space for those manuals. Okay, let's try this, I guess. Although I don't have that much space. To be honest, that kind of depends on how many manuals do I need to craft the gauntlets, because if I craft the gauntlets, then obviously the sheet metal will be gone, which will be a huge help. So, smithy. Yeah. And more smithy. So that's 2 of them. Is this enough? Yes. This is pretty great actually, because... no wait. These are the regular... crafting thingamajigs. Yeah, I can craft the Vendigrothian war gauntlets, which is great. So I will craft 1 and then 2 pairs. So it's armor class 15 and that's it. But I guess they must be better than this, right? So let me use them. Magnus, I believe, gets angry whenever I try to take this. So, Logair, how are you looking? Wait, why don't you have a weapon? What happened with your axe? This game seems to be conspiring against me at this point. You may have this actually. Or actually, I want to make the pyrotechnic axe, right? Might actually make it for him. But to do that, I need more manuals. So, smithy. Is that enough? Still not. I lack the expertise to combine the item. Oh, wait. Do I need expertise in chemistry as well? Because the symbol is different here. This is green. It might be so. Or is it explosives, actually? Yeah, I believe it is explosives. How much space do I have? I have enough for 2 more. Can anyone take the gauntlets? Oh, actually he changed them. So I guess he will change them himself, if given enough of an incentive. I just didn't want to take them because I remember him getting annoyed when I did at one point. Okay, let's try. I have plenty of gold, to be honest. I accomplished some success already by clearing out the Vendigroth metal, but let's try buying a few explosive manuals. Okay, hopefully this will give me enough of an expertise. Pyrotechnic bow. I want to make the pyrotechnic axe. Okay, and craft. Wait, where is it? Is it on the floor? Pyrotechnic axe. Indeed it is. Okay. Well, let's give it to Logair, because it seems he has dropped his own axe somehow. Oh, still some fuel left. I guess I can use this opportunity to create another one, just in case. Because obviously I will later throw out the manuals, because I have nowhere to keep them. So this is basically my last and only proper round of crafting before I go on to finish the game. Because I would also like to try and make the Vivifier, which would require, specifically it would require herbology knowledge, I believe, or therapeutics. Let's check. A reanimator, okay, this is also kind of interesting. Completely revivified, so it's like a technological resurrection, I guess. I have that, and I do believe I have the large capacitor on Logair, but what does the revivifier require? Elixir of physical prowess and unknown chemical compound. Okay, but what about the elixir? I have a Vendigrothian elixir, but not the elixir of physical prowess. I do believe the elixir is a product of therapeutics, but yeah. And what kind of regnance does it require? Let me take a look. So maybe Jaina could make it if I travel to Dernholm for a little bit. Blood pills and the spirit of something. To be honest, I am going to make one quick run to the herbologist or a therapeutics salesman here in Tarant. If I find nothing, then I will just be on my way, I guess. Because this isn't really worth it. I feel like I'm nearing the end of the game anyway. Buffing my character at this point is unlikely to change much. You know, going back to Dernholm to try and recruit Jaina would require dismissing one of my followers, which obviously would require me to probably take all of his inventory so that it's not lost. So it doesn't seem worth it to me. I will just see if maybe I can buy the elixir of physical prowess. If I can't, then I guess I will just be on my way. No, she just has the ingredients, I guess. Venom. Yeah, I guess I guess screw this. I do not care enough to... to actually bother with it at this point. I am going to just throw all of the manuals into the trash, because obviously I don't have space to carry them all. And I guess I will travel to Caladon. Oh, actually, dogs. Because is my ship here? I believe it should be, right? I will travel to Caladon to cure the girl of her lycantrophy, and after that I will meet with Arronax at the Ring of Brodgar and go on to conclude the game, because I have nothing else to do, to be honest. And all the crafting, I don't feel like doing that. It's kind of tedious. Yeah, turn towards Caladon. I am kind of salty about how Valorian took away my persuasion, because, to be honest, I was hoping to use that, and I would rather have it than the additional health, but oh well. The ways of the gods are mysterious indeed, so I guess it is what it is. And as I said, Arronax does not strike me as a particularly reasonable person, so I doubt he would have listened to my arguments even if I had maximum persuasion. Leave me alone. Your drivel pains me. Okay, but I have a cure for you, actually. I say, you're the bloke that crawled from the Zephyr. I caught your tale in the news. I have found a cure for Cynthia. You found it? Where? Where is it? Let me see it. He takes the potion from you. It was in Tulla, as you suspected. The ways of magic will never cease to amaze me. Here, Haltim Stonehand, I have been saving, hoping that you would have something to help my Cynthia. Here is 1,000 coin. I hope it will suffice as a reward. He appears overjoyed. To be honest, I don't. I will give it to her at once. Goodbye and thank you again. I don't even need the coin, but there is no way to refuse. So I guess I will just thank him nicely and be on my way. This is very generous. Thank you. Okay, and with that, I'm pretty sure I have nothing else to do, because I don't know where to find the Elven Amulet of Natala. If I haven't found it by now, then I'm pretty sure I'm not going to find it ever. I'm not stealing the funerary stone because it's a dick move. I'm not giving him the skulls of the twins because it's evidence of a particularly horrible gnomish conspiracy. So I'd rather keep on hold on that. Kill the pigs, I'm not doing that because first of all it seems rather irrelevant, and second of all Magnus doesn't like that. And this is on the Isle of Despair, does not seem important enough to go back. This is bugged because I've already done that actually. Edward's Willow's By. Yeah, this is bugged as well. Although I guess I will check for the one final time. I will give Mr. Willow's By of Tarant one final chance to unbug his quest, to negotiate with Caladon, but obviously my charisma is even lower now, and so is my persuasion, so I somehow doubt it's going to work, but I am going to check it. I will speed it up. I will speed it up, but you know, just to be sure, because after that, this is pretty much it, right? I'm not doing that because this is cheating, and now meet Nasrudin in the Ring of Brodgar. It's the final quest. Okay. Perhaps I need to be a bit clearer, dwarf. Get away. Mr. Willowspy, that's not a way for a gentleman to speak. I am very sorry. I know we've met before, but I'm not sure it was very wise in asking you to my office. You're obviously a person with whom I should not be associating. Be gone with you. Etiquette dictates that we attempt to get beyond our differences. Willowspy seems to think twice about his behavior. Please, sir, forgive my hasty words. With all of my responsibilities here in the city, sometimes I forget how to act like a good gentleman of society. Think nothing of it. Might I ask a few questions? Of course. How may I help you? I was wondering if you would reconsider me for the negotiations. He considers you a moment. No, I don't think you're a man we're looking for. The task will require the most skilled mediator, and no offense, but I just don't think your powers of persuasion are yet up to the task. This job will require an expert negotiator with the highest skill, you see. Okay, so basically the game is taunting me, because when I had maximum persuasion for a little bit, because of the blessing of the gods, the option to ask disappeared. But now that my persuasion is lower again, because of Valorian the Allfather's fickle ways, then the option to ask appears again, but he does not accept my offer. So I'm pretty salty about that, but oh well. I can do nothing to change that. Okay, I should probably keep the Vendigroth device on hold, you know, for the time I need to use it against Arronax in the endgame. Because I presume I'm going to have to do that.
Are you prepared to face Arronax?
Yes.
Then it is time. May your gods accompany you to the other side and help you to stop Arronax.
They had better, or we are all in a bit of trouble. Well, I guess I am in the void now. There seems to be a bunch of enemies and 2 pods on different sides.
I've been badly wounded. Please, my friend. I need healing.
Okay, so what are the pods about? Seemingly nothing.
I've been badly wounded. Please, my friend. I need healing.
Okay, they seem to be focusing on Raven pretty hard.
Let the blood flow.
Wait. This just teleported me to where I already... No. This is a different island, I guess. Oh, and this just brings me back. Okay, good to know. Charmed gauntlets. Wait, did she drop them again? Of course she did. To be honest, at this point I kind of don't care anymore. Like, she's obviously pretty weird, like she has some serious issues.
I've been badly wounded. Please, my friend. I need healing.
Okay, she's dead. The question is, will my scroll of resurrect work on her? Yes, but it was my last one, so I guess from now on I will reload whenever somebody dies. They seem to focus her pretty hard for some reason. Okay. Where now? Ah, I guess deeper. Hold there, what is your business here? Who am I even talking to? Dark Champion. I'm here for Arronax. Get out of my way. The guard seems taken aback, surprised by your aggression. Yes, of course. We are told to expect visitors. Arronax is inside. Feel free to enter and speak with him. Okay, that's a pretty weird welcome from the main antagonist, but thank you. Hello, sir. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I guess we are going to have a chat after all. Well?
Yes? What is it?
Before you sits an elf, his legs crossed, his head down. An air of weariness surrounds him. He notices your presence, and slowly, purposefully he stands and addresses you. Arronax, I presume.
Your presumption is correct. And who might I have the pleasure of addressing?
I am Hargrim Stonehand.
Well, what brings you to my corner of oblivion?
Enough with the pleasantries, Arronax. I've come to stop you.
Interesting. And just what is it that you are going to stop me from doing? I have so many things on my social calendar these days, it is difficult to know which you are making reference to in particular.
I will not permit you to escape the void and return to Arcanum.
You will not permit me? How droll. You really have absolutely no idea what you are involved with here, do you?
It doesn't matter. I'm here to stop you. It's simple as that. This sounds a little bit corny, and I don't really even believe in that prophecy business. I'm just going to stop you. It's simple as that.
You are so sure of yourself. It must be comforting to be free of self-doubt.
I don't sit around bemoaning my fate, if that is what you mean. Is that a jab against him?
I haven't had opportunity to do much else. Destiny seems to play unfairly with some of us, don't you agree?
You are here because of your actions, not of some cruel twist of fate.
Do not misunderstand me. I take full responsibility for my actions. Though, how are one's actions determined, really? How is our view of the world shaped? Mine was shaped by arguably the most powerful individual in the world, my father. He raised me on tales of the righteous superiority of the Elves and the destiny that brought us to rule over all the races.
I don't think it was Nasrudin's intent that you destroy a whole city.
What did he expect? He shoved a young, immature, and inexperienced fool into a position of immense power and set me loose on the world. Why didn't he stop me? He should have stopped me.
Well, to be honest, I feel like he is correct to a point, because obviously if Arronax was let into the council at a very young age, it was kind of Nasrudin's responsibility, especially what with Arronax being Nasrudin's son. So nobody should have known him better than Nasrudin himself. So I feel like he is a little bit correct in that. But then again, nobody forced him to destroy the city. He just did it because he was a dick. Wait, are you trying to tell me that you feel guilt over what you did?
Most certainly. I have had 2,000 years of my grievous errors and judgment replaying themselves in my mind. One tends to grow a bit of a conscience in all that time.
Where was your new conscience when you threatened my life? Although, to be honest, that person who threatened my life in the vision and said that he was returning and whatever, first of all, he looked nothing like this, because he wore red armor, and second, he sounded nothing like this. So maybe it wasn't him. Maybe this is like an old switcheroo, you know. Maybe he was just sitting here doing nothing, and somebody else is claiming to be him. Where was your new conscience when you threatened my life? I wonder what he will reply with.
I did no such thing. I've been here for ages. Do you really think I could reach across the void to torment you?
Yeah. It's interesting that I don't have an option to say anything else, because it is, as I said, that person that did threaten me, it looked completely different, and he sounded completely different as well. So, you know. But obviously, I have, like, it's pretty easy to lie about such things, and if Arronax was as powerful and as self-confident as he supposedly was, then surely it wouldn't be that difficult for him to lie in this matter. But apparently I tire of your lies. Come out of your shell and fight me.
You fool! You think this is my protection? This is my prison! I've been trapped inside this shell for nearly 2,000 years.
So it wasn't him then? That's impossible. This must be some sort of trick.
I assure you, it is not a light-hearted jest, though I wish that it were. I have been trapped here since soon after I was banished to this realm.
Who could have possibly trapped someone of your power here? I assume the answer, like, if he is speaking the truth, then I assume the answer is whoever is the true antagonist, you know, the red guy, the guy in the red armor, who actually threatened me. Who could have possibly trapped someone of your power?
This is Kurgan's doing. When I first came here and realized what he was becoming, I attempted to stop him. Our battle was intense, yet brief. As you can see, I was not the victor.
Wait. Wasn't Kurgan the so-called Great Necromancer? Wasn't he the one that discovered black necromancy and discovered the way to animate dead? I found his laboratory in the Stonecutter clan, right? Kurgan, the necromancer you hated and banished?
One and the same. It looked as if I was correct as to the effects of his experimentation. His dark magics have transformed him hideously, in body and spirit.
Do you think he could be behind all of this? Tell him your story.
Being that I am trapped in here, my opportunities to get information are, shall we say, a bit limited. On the rare occasion Kurgan has deigned to visit me to play his intellectual games, he has dropped some veiled clues that might make sense in light of what you've told me. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say Kurgan is impersonating me.
But to be honest, it does not seem to make that much sense. Because obviously I didn't recognize him to be a human, because first of all, I didn't know how Arronax himself looked, so I couldn't tell the difference, and second of all, the graphics are kind of limited, but from the inside, in-universe perspective, for example, the Dark Elves, there are some of them, namely, for example, Kanhua himself, who actually knew Arronax, like they are so old that they remember the final battle with Nasrudin, and because Kanhua was the one that actually started the whole Panari religion as a sort of as a scam, basically, because he lied about a couple of core tenets. So he actually lived during the age of Arronax. So how is it possible that they wouldn't have recognized that Kurgan and Arronax are not the same person? They obviously look nothing alike. Kurgan, the one that I saw that threatened me, wore red armor and had a totally different voice, but obviously I didn't know at the time because I had nothing to compare it to, but I don't think it would have worked on people who actually knew Arronax. So to what end is he impersonating you?
It sounds as if these dark elves you mentioned have patterned themselves after the misguided philosophy of my youth. They are proving to be powerful allies in his quest to return to Arcanum, it seems. I doubt they would be willing to help Kurgan the Terrible return to exact his revenge.
So Kurgan is the one I am here to stop.
That would appear to be the case. If you were able to facilitate my release from this prison, it would be my pleasure to help you destroy Kurgan.
I don't know if this is such a great idea, because to be honest, I have nothing that would actually prove that he is remorseful for what he has done, apart from his words. And obviously, it's very easy to lie about it, as I said, and I would imagine anyone would lie about it just to get out. But then, I've talked about this scenario a couple of times, because it came up a bunch of times with curses and whatnot. I don't believe it's just to sentence anyone to an infinite punishment. I feel like, if he has been here for 2,000 years, then perhaps it's enough if he has really changed. Because I don't think it's fair to demand that he spends eternity here, even if he was the worst person that has ever lived. I don't think a finite amount of evil committed might be repaid by an infinite amount of punishment, because that just doesn't equal itself. So, if anything, I think he should be killed, which is another matter. Because if I were to kill him with the Vendigroth device, and presumably he could never be brought back, but at least he wouldn't be forced to sit in one place for forever, basically, for infinity, for eternity. Chiefly, I'm just not sure if I can trust him.
Your hesitation is understandable. Perhaps you should gain an audience with Kurgan himself. I think a conversation with him will erase any doubt as to the veracity of my claim.
Okay, I need to pause for a second, so be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, I wonder if I leave to talk with Kurgan, will I be able to go back? And if I decide, basically what I wonder is, if I have to decide if I want to free Arronax or not right now? Because to be honest, on principle, I would be inclined to, I am open to the possibility of giving him a chance, because as I said, I don't think an infinite punishment can ever be just, but as is right now, I don't have any solid proof that he has indeed changed, so I don't think I will release him right now. I guess if the game is not going to give me an option later, then that's basically his loss. He can't fault me for not taking him at his word. Obviously, that's he has proven in the past that he was not necessarily a man to be trusted. So, you know, he would have to demonstrate something that would clearly showcase that he has changed. Where is he? How do I find him?
I do not know. There is a portal in the room behind me. Perhaps you can use it to travel to the other parts of the void.
There are still things I need answers to.
What are your questions?
Where is the Black Mountain clan?
I do not know. I would assume the gate they are building is located somewhere near Kurgan's castle, though.
What can you tell me of the void?
I do not know much, but what I do know is that there used to exist some sort of civilization here, and the world was not broken up into distinct land masses. I do not know if some ancient war destroyed this realm, or if it was the doing of one of the heinous villains the Council banished.
The Council didn't even know what the void was?
It seems irresponsible in hindsight, but at the time they felt the void was oblivion. Nothing was supposed to be over here.
Okay, more questions?
What is it that you wish of me, then?
What happened between you and Kurgan when you got here?
When I first came here and realized what he was becoming, I attempted to stop him. Our battle was intense, yet brief. As you can see, I was not the victor.
You just attacked him outright?
I was a bit full of myself back then. All the damage and death I had caused had not even scratched the surface of my conscience at the time. Full of blind rage and arrogance I was.
Well, he sounds sincere enough, but obviously it's pretty easy to lie, just using words, you know? You can say whatever, and as I said, I'm pretty sure that after 2000 years, everyone would say just about anything just to get out. So his words alone I don't think I can trust. More questions though.
What is it that you wish of me, then?
Why did you destroy Vendigroth?
That is the great shame of my life. After I had convinced the Council to banish Kurgan, I felt I could do no wrong. When Vendigroth laughed off my warnings, I felt they needed a display of my power. In destroying one of their factories, I killed several innocent people.
And did they later threaten to use the Vendigroth device? And that's why he destroyed all of the rest of it, I guess. Because maybe he felt threatened. A darkness falls over his etched features. Now this, because obviously his words might lie, but it's more difficult to lie with your expression, although it's obviously still possible. And then what happened?
When they began constructing their device to protect themselves from my unprovoked attacks, I lashed out without thinking and destroyed them all. My fear of what technology could bring was so pervasive, I never thought there was any other solution.
Yes, I pretty much guessed it right. I wonder what he will say if I say I have the Vendigroth device. Will he be scared? Or will he welcome possible use of it on him, just to not have to sit here for the rest of eternity? I have the Vendigroth device.
By the gods, that could be just the thing we need to defeat Kurgan. You must release me from here so that he may be stopped.
I have other questions.
What is it that you wish of me, then?
I wanted to say about Vendigroth.
That is the great shame of when they began constructing their device to protect themselves from my unprovoked attacks. I lashed out without thinking and destroyed them all. My fear of what technology could bring was so pervasive, I never thought there was any other solution.
Yeah, you sound as if you regret your actions.
Most certainly. I've had 2,000 years of my grievous errors and judgment replaying themselves in my mind. One tends to grow a bit of a conscience in all that time. I still think of my father and what I did to him. Even though he must bear a fair share of the blame for what happened, I do not think he deserved his fate.
How can you blame your father for what happened? Like, I understand his argument, but I still feel like, and as I said, I feel like he's partially correct, but if he was an adult at the time, and I believe he was just young, then I feel it's rather easy. It's like a cop-out, basically, for him to say that it's his father's fault, it's his upbringing's fault. Neither his father nor, I believe, his upbringing directly compelled him to destroy Vendigroth. He just did it because he thought he could and he wanted to. And in fact, I'm pretty sure his father, I'm pretty sure he didn't even ask the opinion of his father, because obviously Nasrudin banished him right afterwards, so it is obvious he didn't approve. How can you blame your father for what happened?
Do not misunderstand me. I take full responsibility for my actions. What is it that you wish of me, then?
Okay, he said all of that already. Anything more?
What are your questions?
Well, I asked those already. More questions, though.
You have more you wish to speak to me about?
He looks over you with an air of detached amusement. More questions.
What is it that you wish of me, then?
I think Kergan needs to be stopped, which isn't a question, but I still believe that.
I could not concur more vigorously. If you would facilitate my release from my prison, I would join with you to defeat him.
What would I need to do if I wanted to do that? I'm not saying I'm going to, but still. What do I need to do?
I'm afraid I do not know. I do not believe Kurgan could maintain this from a distance, so there must be something near here.
Okay. Other questions?
What is it that you wish of me, then? What are your questions?
I will ask them later. Good day. I'm not going to release him yet. Hopefully I can talk with Kergan. Maybe he will taunt me on the way, and maybe it will give me some concrete evidence, more or less. Sorry, it's nice to make your acquaintance. Feel free to speak with Arronax, he's right through the door. Maybe it will give me some concrete evidence as to the fact that Arronax has really changed. Although, to be honest, just the fact that he is an enemy of Kergan proves nothing, because obviously they've been enemies basically ever since they were both on the Elven Council still. So when Arronax himself was the chief, bad guy, as it were, he was still opposed to Kergan. But I don't feel like I know enough to release him. Like, as I said, he sounds sincere enough, but all of those verbal signs of supposed grief or guilt could have easily been faked. But I wonder if I will be given a choice to return.
You have more you wish to speak to me about?
But I do believe I have to be given a choice to return, because it was alluded in some of the phrasing of the lines. I haven't spoken with Kergan yet.
Oh, but you must. It is an immeasurable joy to witness his brilliant insanity firsthand.
All right then. Good day. Because it was alluded a couple of times that there were options saying something along the lines of, I am not ready to free you yet, or I will return, or something like that. So hopefully I will have the chance to. If not, then, I feel like in a case of a mass murderer, of a mass murderer, megalomaniacal, interdimensional criminal of ages past, it's probably better to err on the side of more caution as opposed to less. Although I guess from a strictly deontological perspective, it's wrong to basically wager his infinite torment as a matter of what's the word, like a failsafe, as a matter of how would I phrase it? Basically, it seems wrong to imprison him in here forever just in case. But then again, one could argue that it's also wrong to release him just based on what he said, because if it later turns out that he hasn't changed at all and yet another bloody war starts out, then it can be very, very reasonably said that it will be my fault. But hopefully I will be able to talk with Kergan and then return, so that's what I'm going to do. But for now, I feel like this episode was long enough, so I'm going to save here and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!